I swear the ring light be like killing my installs. Like, this looks like shit. It's too bright. Like, I promise y'all it looks good in person, I swear.
Go to the Drake. What else are they gonna play? It's high, but niggas won't take. Hey, I'm having my way. Say I ain't having this weight. Say I ain't having this weight.
Anyways, it's your girl Jettajaye, and I am back with another story time for y'all. Y'all already know how this goes. Like, comment, and subscribe to your girl. And go ahead and hit that bell notification so that you're notified every time I upload. So, as y'all can see by the title, this is a story time about how I had to confront a bitch at Chipotle. Like, anytime somebody doesn't like me, it's always over some bullshit. Like, this is why I don't fuck with people like that. Y'all are weird. But I'm getting too ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and get into the story, y'all. I have to go back to the beginning for y'all to really like get into the story, set the mood. So this story takes place in like either 2016, 2017. I want to say 16. I really want to say this happened in 2016, but I don't know. Anyways, it happened around that time. Your girl was either 19, getting ready to be 20, or I was 20. So, like I told y'all, I always say this, but like I told y'all in a previous video, like when I used to come home for summer, like after college, I would always get a job. Like, I was never sitting on my ass over the summer. I was making some money. Granted, it would be gone by the time I got back to school majority of the time, but over the summer, I was going to have my own money because I want to run around and be in the streets. I decided I was going to apply to some jobs, and so I got on Indeed, of course, and I saw that Chipotle was hiring, and they were hiring for like $11 an hour at the time. Now, my first job before this, when I was in high school, I was only getting paid $7.25, and I was working at a bridal shop, which I do have a story time about that also. But yeah, I was working at a bridal shop, and I was only getting paid $7.25 an hour, and then I barely worked. Like, I would go to school, so I did like the half program where you can like go to school for half the day, and then the other half you get off so that you can go to work. So I literally worked for like 4 or 5 hours until close, and then on Saturdays sometimes I would work either, I don't think I ever worked 8 hours. I feel like I would work like 6 hours, and then sometimes if you had to come in over the weekend, you would only work for 3 hours for like when the crowd came in, and then you get to go home. So do the math. I wasn't making no fucking money at all. So this $11 is sounding good to me, y'all. I go ahead and apply, and I give like my resume and some bullshit. I don't know why they be having reference addition on there, because I'm going to lie. I'm gonna rename my cousin something and say he was my manager. Like, y'all know we're on there lying. Like, you're not getting ready to call my old job, even though she would say good stuff about me. I honestly did love that job. I just quit because I went to college and y'all wasn't paying me enough. But yeah, she would definitely say something good, but at the end of the day, I'm finna lie. Fast forward like 2-3 days later, I end up getting a call from them to come in for an interview. So I go, I want to say it was probably like over the weekend. It doesn't really matter the date, but I always do the most. But yeah, I went in, and it was like, I went into my interview at like 1 o'clock. So I was natural at the time. This is when I first like went natural. So I had this little ass afro that I put in like a poof. And then I remember I had on a pink shirt, like a half jean jacket, and then some khakis. Absolute bull. But you know, back then that was cute. I don't care. Like, the style now is totally different. But yeah, so I went in dressed all professional and cute, ready for my interview. And when I first went in there, I had to go up to like the front first and tell them I have an interview. So this is when one of the people come in, the weirdo comes in. We're gonna name her Asia. So Asia is at the front desk when I come in for my very first interview, and I tell her, I'm like, hey, I'm here for an interview at 1 o'clock. My name is blah, blah, blah. She's like, okay, if you have a seat over there, I'll go and get the manager. All right. So she goes and gets the manager. And of course, I get the job. The manager's like this. I don't even want to say she was like an older white lady, but she was definitely older than me. But everybody who was working at Chipotle at this time when I was working there was like my age. So everybody's like no older than like 28 years old. Like from 18 to 28, everybody's young. And I loved it because I honestly felt like I was at high school, because everybody is my age, like everybody's kind of, you know, learning themselves, doing the same type of stuff. And we also are at work every single day with each other. Like, you're bound to make friendships and meet people and all that shit. Like, I love stuff like that. Apparently, I didn't make no fucking friendships. So, let's get into it. So, I got the job or whatever. And then I was supposed to come back that next, actually, no, I think I started like 2 or 3 days after that. And I came in and I was working the morning shift. So you would have to come in at like fucking 7 o'clock in the morning, y'all. Like, that shit is made fresh. Like, we had to come in at 7 o'clock in the morning. Mind y'all, they don't open till 10:30, 11 o'clock. Why I'm coming in at 7 o'clock to prepare all this shit, I don't know. But they have me coming in at fucking 7 o'clock to prepare all this stuff. And my shift was Asia, this dude, the manager, we're gonna name him Trey. I didn't know he was the manager at this time. The other manager who hired me, we're gonna name her Joanne. It doesn't really matter because she's not in the story, so I'll probably forget it, but yeah, she's Joanne. And then there was like this boy, we're gonna name him Joe. I got real close to Joe. And then just some other random people who are not a part of the story. So these main 4 are the ones who are in this story. Really, it's 3. Stay with me, y'all. I'm still trying, like, I'm still getting, like, better and better at the story time. Like I said, so we're all in here. When I first came in, I didn't know anybody. Of course, I only know the manager. So, like, she's introducing me to everybody, and she's taking me back to the back to, like, get my shirts, get, like, clocked in, get a card and everything like that. And then she's going to have Asia help train me. So I go up to the front, and I'm a cashier at this point, y'all, because before this, I had worked at Walmart. So I had experience with like working with cash because I was a cashier there. But this was my first and last food job. I'm good. I don't want to be around food all day. And then on top of that, like, I feel like I got fatter and fatter and fatter there because I had never had Chipotle before until I worked there. So once I had it, I was eating that every single day. Mind you, it was free. We get a free chip, free guac, free bowl, free anything. Like, we would be taking the little sample cups back to the back and eating. Like, yeah, I was chowing down in Chipotle. So yeah, I go to the front or whatever, and Asia's up there, and then Trey is up there as well. So let me describe, I guess, Trey and Asia. So Asia was like a mixed girl, kinda, she wasn't too tall, but she was taller than me. I would say she's probably like 5'7", 5'8", and she was a slim girl. And she always had her nails done. Like, that bitch stayed with her nails done. Regardless, she didn't care about working at Chipotle. And then Trey, he was a tall, light skin. He had dreads, a baby face. Like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, he was fine. Like, I immediately noticed that he was fine. So I go up there and I introduce myself to Asia and Trey, and like, he's cleaning off the grills and stuff again and like getting stuff ready. After I introduce myself to Asia, he comes up and he's like, hey, what's up? And like, just talking to me. So I'm thinking this is like just one of my coworkers, and he was kind of like irritating me because he was just like all in my face. Like, I don't know. I don't like stuff like that, but to each their own. I don't like when niggas are like immediately in my face. Like, let me want you first. So yeah, he was like in my face talking to me or whatever. And then I figured out that he was one of the managers. So basically all I did that day was just like prepare stuff. I did some sour cream. I made some vinaigrette. Like, I was putting all the little trays out there. It was cool. I was having a good time because, like I said, everybody's my age. So we're playing music. Like, everybody's talking and just doing their jobs. And yeah, so me and Asia were the first people to meet. And I kind of clicked with her. And then when I went to the back, Joe was back there. So Joe, me and him, basically, I feel like we connected, not immediately, but pretty much after like the 3rd or 4th day, like, that was my friend. And when I was working there, there was somebody that I actually knew from elementary school there. So like I told y'all, this was like going to school. Like, it was fun. I actually loved this job. Like, I wouldn't work there again. I'm too grown to be working there. But if I was this age again and could redo it, I would still work there. So anyways, me and Joe and me and Asia, like from that point on, me, Joe, and Asia, basically, we were the 3 amigos. We would all be hanging out and stuff like at the job. I'm not one of the people, like, don't get me wrong, I do like making friendships and stuff on the job, but I don't immediately assume like you're my friend and we're gonna hang out outside of work, because I know that we're like cool because we work at the same job and we see each other every day. Now, some people, it can go beyond that, but a lot of times it doesn't, or they just end up not really being who you thought they were because you only know them from work. So I want to say like a week or two went by at this point, and like I said, me, Asia, and Joe were all friends, and we're telling each other stuff. And mind y'all, I still had a boyfriend at this point, so I'm not really worried about anybody at the job. Like, even though I did say Trey was fine, I wasn't really concerned with him, even though like he would still be in my face. He was real childish. Like, even though I feel like he was like 25, he was either 24 or 25. And he was very childish. Like, he was one of them type of niggas to flirt with you by being mean. You're too grown. Me at 25 right now, like, thinking about doing that as a way to flirt with people, I just would never do that. But men will be men. So yeah, he would be like telling me to do little stuff, and like I wouldn't really know how to do it. He'd be like, "This must be your first job, huh?" First of all, honey, this isn't my first job. It's my first food place job, but like, why do you just assume this is my first job because I don't know how to fucking change out a drink or something? Like, what? So yeah, like I said, he would just say like little annoying stuff, and like the niggas in there hated him. They hated him because he was so like, he was kind of rude, but it was in a way like, I'm not even gonna say it was in a way you didn't care. It's just the way he looked that the females in there did not care that he was annoying or rude. Like, he wasn't really rude to us, even though he was, but he was ruder to the niggas. Yeah, y'all, he was a rude nigga, but sometimes, no, that don't turn me on no more. But before, they used to turn me up because I can be a rude bitch. So I like when people can be rude a little bit back, but no, I don't like that no more. I want my niggas sweet. So yeah, and I want to be sweet as well. So as I'm getting to know like Asia and Joe and everybody, me and Asia like start talking about like our boyfriends and stuff. We were not together, but we were. Like, I'll never do that again. I'm not doing that on and off stuff, and I'm definitely not acting like I'm in a relationship if I'm not in a relationship with you. So we were both talking about that. She told me how she's from India and like she just moved here to go to school, to go to college. And then her boyfriend from India had actually, either he had moved down at this point or he was moving to where we live to live with her and like get a job and stuff. I don't think he was in school. He was just coming here because she was here. So now that y'all know, Asia has a man that she's actually living with. And mind you, this girl was younger than me. Like I told you, I was like 19 or 20. She was like 18. So yeah, I guess you got your shit together. Good for her. Like, I never had a problem with this girl. That's why this story is so weird to me. Like, you're weird. People act so weird. Weeks are going by, like Trey's still in my face. Me, Asia, and Joe are working the morning shift together all the time. We're always telling each other our business, this and that. Now, later on down the line, I want to say like probably a month into working there, me, like I said, I was already having problems with my boyfriend, and then Asia started saying that she was having problems with her boyfriend and stuff. And I would see her like once he moved here, or if he had already been here, whatever the case may be, I would see her get dropped off in the mornings or whatever, and they would be sitting in the car like arguing and shit, and then she would come in crying like she was going through it. And I really felt bad for her because like, you're literally trying to go to work and make money and go to school, and this nigga's literally bringing you to work and starting stuff. Like, it's just stupid. And like, they had even had a pregnancy and all that. Like, it was just a lot going on. So I don't want to tell too much of her business, but that ain't nothing to tell. So yeah, she was just telling me this and that, and like I'm telling her my boyfriend ain't shit, he's doing this and that, blah blah blah. Like, I even had an instance where I was having to confront another bitch while at the job over this nigga. That's neither here nor there. Like I said, we all work together, and Trey's also working with us in the morning. And so when he's working with us in the morning, like, he's coming up to us and talking to stuff, me and Asia. And like, if I would go to the back, he would talk to me, like, you know, just doing manager stuff, but like, he was flirting. I remember he used to text me like little memes and shit. He would like be flirting with me, like teasing me and stuff through text, like that type of shit. And Yeah, he definitely wanted the girl. But like I said, I wasn't really all that interested because I do kind of have a boyfriend. So time goes on, time goes on. We're all still doing the same shit. And then one day, Asia is not fucking at the job, right? She's off. So it's just me, Joe, Trey, and then the manager, Joanna. The other manager, Joanna. So she's there, and it's like a slow night. But Asia's ass comes in, and she's got her hair done. She's got on a cute outfit. Her nails and feet just got done. She got on some platform sandals. Like, she's dressed to the nines. So I'm just like, oh, like, you look cute, girl. What's up? Like, what are you doing in here? Type shit. Mind y'all, the whole time, like, me, her, and Trey are working together, he's not acting no different towards her than anybody else. He flirts with everybody. He likes everybody. He's in everybody's face. Like, and also she has a boyfriend. So I'm not thinking like she's interested in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not even giving any signs of we're gonna fuck with each other, you know? Like, ever, especially the way Trey was in my face. Like, girl. Now, I don't know what all he was doing with her behind closed doors, because clearly from my last story time, y'all see the ones who don't be acting like they mess with each other be the ones messing with each other. But like, he would literally text my phone all the time, like, this outside of work hours, not even talking about work. It definitely wasn't just giving manager. So, but at the same time, like, I wasn't, like, I just think he's fine. I wasn't trying to be in a relationship. And if she would have told me that she wanted to fuck with the nigga, like, I wouldn't have even been flirting with him, because I consider you my work friend and it's not that serious to me. So yeah, she comes in and she's dressed in the nines with all this shit on, and I'm just like, mind y'all, she didn't get anything to eat. She was just in there saying hey to everybody. I guess it was okay because she didn't really know anybody there since she wasn't from my hometown. But at the same time, like, girl, why are you coming to your job all dressed up just to look at us? So I should know something was up then, that she wanted to be seen. But like, I don't know. I kind of felt that way, but at the same time, I didn't really give a fuck. So that happened, and she just kind of left. Like, she literally stayed in there for 30 minutes and didn't eat anything, and then she left. So after she leaves, Joe looks at me and he's like, I gotta tell you something. But he's like, I don't want you to tell her that I told you. Well, then you shouldn't have told me then. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna tell her that you told me. I guess this took place obviously on a night that I was not like on the same shift as them. And he was like, yeah, Asia was saying like, I don't like that bitch. Talking about me. Talking about, I don't like that bitch. And she be trying to get on with Trey and all this stuff. First of all, why are you running to our mutual friend to tell him that you don't like me when you could have literally told me? Second of all, you have no reason to dislike me, especially not over a nigga that is for everybody. Like, I don't even want that nigga. He flirts with me. He flirts with you. He flirts with her. He flirts with her. Like, shit, he's probably in here flirting with the niggas too. Like, he just likes attention. Like, I'm not gonna lie and say, like, I never said he was fine. Like, we were literally sitting around and talk about how he was fine. But do you dislike Joe because he thinks he's fine too? Like, I'm just confused. You dislike me because he be flirting with me? Because that's really what it's seeming like. But I was just like, that's weird. Like, why wouldn't she come tell me? And you're constantly in my face. Like, you're in my face every single day telling me your business. Like, we're talking back and forth. If you don't like me, why are you telling me your business? Why are you around me all the time? Why are you always trying to talk to me? Like, bitch, you love me. But yeah, after he told me that, he was like, but don't tell her, like, don't go telling her I told you or whatever. No, you shouldn't have told me. If you didn't want nobody to know you told me that, then you shouldn't have said nothing, because I'm getting ready to ask her, what's the issue? So he's like, no, just don't say anything, but I just wanted you to know, like, that's what she said. So I'm like, okay. So the night goes on, we're just working, but in my head, like, it's just turning. Like, I'm just repeating what he said over and over again, because what you're not going to do is go around and make it seem like it's a problem when there's really no issue at all. I let it brew or whatever, and I didn't say anything to her for like 2 or 3 days because she was off. Like, no, I'm going to ask her to her face, like, what was said. So basically one day we were opening up in the morning, and I did first thing in the morning, like as soon as we got the stuff, because like we would have to put the mats down and stuff in the morning and like fill the ice and all that shit, wipe the tables down again. So as soon as we got the ice to start filling up the ice bucket together, I was like, so you said you don't like me and I'm a bitch? Like, like seriously, I wasted no time. Like I don't care that we're in the job. So you said I'm a bitch? That's the main thing. How you don't like this bitch? Who? I just be feeling like people be trying to try me because I'm very sweet and like bubbly and I really just be chilling. But no, I'm only like that because I'm gonna get mad as fuck. Like I don't get mad unless I'm really, really mad. Like it's not, I don't like doing that. That's why I be chill. But yeah, I just straight up asked her, like, I don't know if you thought I wasn't gonna ask you or like you thought somebody wasn't gonna tell me or I wasn't gonna do anything. But like, yeah, if you don't like me, it's no problem. I don't give a fuck. But what do you want to do? And she's like, oh no, I didn't say that. Like, who told you that? Like, I never said that. Girl, you know who told me that. And you know you said that shit. So I'm like, Joe told me the other day that you said I don't like that bitch and she be trying to get on with Trey. So is that what was said? And she's like, no, I never said that. You're lying. You just thought I wasn't going to say anything. And now that I'm saying something, you're like, oh, no, I never said that. Why? Joe has no reason to lie about that at all. And then as the day went on, like after the morning went on, I was like, okay, but I was basically like, okay, if you didn't say it, that's cool. But if you ever need to say anything about me, then you can say it to me.
My people keep playing with me like I really like, you feel me?
And that was that. Like, that was it. So that whole day, like she was acting weird. Like she wasn't really trying to come around me. Like that's how I know you said that shit. Because me, if somebody said I said something about my friend and I didn't say anything about my friend, after I say, bitch, I didn't say that, that's gonna be it. Like I'm not gonna avoid you, have my head down and shit. Like no, if I didn't say that shit, I didn't say that shit. She said that shit. She just thought I wasn't gonna say shit about it or find out. So yeah, y'all, time goes by and the next day, because she worked a double shift that day, I went home at like 3 o'clock and she ended up working a double shift. And mind y'all, Trey was there too whenever I confronted her. I don't give a fuck about you or Trey or the managers. I don't care. Like, don't be calling me no bitch and saying you don't like me, but not telling me and in my face. That's odd. So yeah, I left at 3 o'clock whenever it's time for me to get off. She did a double and Joe came in for the night shift. So when I came in the next day, I had worked night shift with him. He was just like, why did you tell her I told you that? And like, you didn't have to say nothing. Boy, I don't give a I don't care. Like, I'm saying something that's odd. And I'm starting to look at you funny because were you talking about me too? Like, why does she feel comfortable to talk about me to you? But that's neither here nor there. I didn't give a fuck. Like I said, these are Chipotle friends. But girl, don't be talking about me to our coworkers when I'm right here. The fuck? And who knows who else she was telling it to. Like, don't be saying you don't like me, but you're literally in my face. And then everybody around knows you don't like me. No, just say you don't like me. So yeah, after that, I guess her and her boyfriend broke up because she started like really trying to flirt with Trey and like pursue him. And all this while, he's still in my face. Like, he's still in everybody's face. Like, he's for the streets. There was no reason to be mad at me. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe she thought I really, really wanted him. But, like, I really didn't. I just thought he was fine. I had my own situation I was dealing with. I'm not worried about our fucking manager. And on top of that, I thought that having relationships, like, with your coworkers was, like, illegal or something or frowned upon. Obviously, he didn't give a fuck. But time went on and like she literally barely ever spoke to me again besides like telling me an order or something. That's how I know you're guilty. Like, and you're scary too because you were so quick to talk about me. Then when I say, girl, why are you talking about me? You lie. And then now you're trying to avoid me. And I didn't even do anything to you. Like, nobody ever likes me for accurate reason. Anyways. So yeah, I guess her and her boyfriend broke up. And then when I left, I went back to college. So I would say like this went on for like a month before I went back to college. And then I was talking to Joe and I heard that like Trey and Asia actually ended up getting together, and they would be fighting at the job and shit. And then he got transferred out of town because he can't stop fucking with his employees, with his grown ass. And so yeah, he got transferred. They stopped fucking with each other. I did have Trey on Snapchat, and I think I had Asia too, but I have neither one of them on Snapchat anymore. Don't know if she had him block me, or they just blocked me, or just they deleted their Snapchats. I don't know. I don't care. But yeah, that's the story about how I had to confront a bitch at Chipotle because she was talking shit about me over a nigga who was for everybody and who I didn't even want for real. He was just fine. But yeah, y'all, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching my videos. And if you made it to the end, go ahead and put a purple heart. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Go to the Drake. What else are they gonna play? It's high, but niggas won't take. Ayy.